you know what?
Actually, he has nothing to do with compliment. Like, bro, what?
Yeah, but I think should add my T before I think of
okay, that's cute. I like that you said that. However, they have a partnership, so they're very close with curriculums.
Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan had a partnership.
What the fuck does that even mean?
All I said was that Yinsen did not build the miniature arc reactor.
But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I just wanted to put that argument out there.
All right, that's nice of you. Well, that's very nice of you.
Just
I still don't like you. That made me angry.
You know, this
it is. It's his fault.
It's Duck's fault.
Darkwing Duck on Instagram. Go follow him. Piece of poop. Piece of shit. It's his fault why we're here. I literally took the time out of my day to address this because of him. He started this whole thing, and you know what? If you and honestly, out of the whole group of people, he's the instigator of the group. Guaranteed.
He's not.
100%.
No.
100%. Oh,
come on.
He's always to no good. Always.
So am I, though. You already know. So am I.
You guys are the worst. Ugh.
You know, because bro, we're just thought provokers. That's all it is.
And you know what? Because of this, he's not invited on the show anymore. I rescind my invite.
No,
you can't come.
No.
You can't come. You can't come. Sorry.
Okay, look.
I would never have two of you on here. Oh no, dude.
Oh, see, that would be gold. Because that's the thing. That's the thing, man. Like, okay, look. All props to Duck because look, we got to give Duck. Look.
Go ahead.
Ducky came in with good intentions.
Yeah.
Ducky came in with handshakes and hi, how you doings.
I don't know if he likes Ducky.
And I came in. Well, I know. Deuce. I mean, just shit. You gonna get called what you gonna get called.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Hell no, it's our show.
Keep going. It's our show. But you know, sometimes these things happen, and I also love giving nicknames to people that they don't.
No,
like,
I feel you. Same.
But you know,
Hululai. But fuck, what's his name? Hulai.
But bro, I came in swinging. I mean, like Duck. You know, Ducky came in. He was trying to shake hands and kiss babies, and I came in like, you know what?
Actually, he has nothing to do with compliment. Like, bro, what? Go ahead. What's the argument before we get? Yeah, just go ahead. Tell the audience what the argument is.
I didn't even hear what you said.
I was mocking you. Go ahead. Tell the way I do it in the car.
I didn't even hear
in the car too. You know that when you know you're about to get into an argument with somebody, you practice like you wish you could practice what you would say, but this time I knew you know how after an argument you're like, damn, here's all the good stuff I should have said, but during it, when you're doing it via text, you got some time, you know, you got some time to write it out.
Yeah.
If you're writing something out, you mean that shit. You feel me? Because it takes time to write some shit out. So when you said what you said, I was like,
but I was thinking all that shit on the fly. None of that was premeditated.
No, I feel that.
I feel that. Thought of on the fly.
I feel you, but you still gave an effort. You know, it's an effort.
Well, yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
Look, man.
So I read it, and instantly
your wheels turn. What am I doing here? I'm failing.
Instantly, I read it, and my blood started boiling because
why?
Because
look. Okay, can I tell you? One thing?
Go ahead.
This is the thing, man. You stop taking it so personally,
bro. It's not that it's personal. It's the fact that it's the shit that you say where you make it seem absolute, and that makes me so mad. Okay, but go ahead. Tell them what the argument is.
How is what I was saying absolute?
We'll get into that later. Tell the audience
an argument.
Okay.
See, here's my other gripe.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make it seem to you, especially you. You seem to think that every time I bring up an argument about something, that it's automatic. It's just vindictive. That I hate the person that I bring the argument up about. It has nothing to do with that.
So you're saying we're assigning emotions to your words.
I think you are. I'm not.
Bro. I'm not though.
Objectively,
I'm taking literally your words
All I said,
I'm letting it sink in, and I'm like, it doesn't feel right.
All I said was that Yinsen did not build the miniature arc reactor. That's all.
Nor did he have a hand in it. You said nor did he have a hand in it.
Which he didn't.
We were arguing earlier. Okay.
Which he didn't. I mean, his hands were literally in it because he was pouring it. He was pouring the mold, yes. But he didn't know what it was. And Tony Stark tells him it's a miniature arc reactor. There's one powering my house at home.
Right.
So he didn't know what it was because the technology didn't exist. Or, like, according to him, the technology wasn't really there.
Mm-hmm.
Tony's the only one with it. Okay. That's all I said. All I said was that Yinsen had a huge role to play in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
He makes the ultimate sacrifice in the MCU.
Yeah. But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't take both sides right now. Don't take both sides.
No, because you're not.
You go. He doesn't. He's not. What you do is though
on both sides, bro.
No. What you do is you make somebody seem. You make the character seem insignificant, but then glorify them, like you catch up like with a nice comment about him.
Insignificant. I never said that he was insignificant. This is
however,
again,
hold on.
Putting your emotions into it.
He did help him. He did help him though.
I went back and watched that scene.
I did too.
3 times today. The only time they show Yinsen messing with anything mechanical is when he starts messing with the suit as Tony is hammering in.
You're right.
Yeah,
when he was soldering.
All together, he's soldering the mechanics to it, the hydraulics, all that to it, the flamethrower.
Of course.
He's doing all that, right?
Of course. 100%.
Right. Of course.
It doesn't have anything to do with the arc reactor, though, right?
And it has nothing to do with the arc reactor. And that's all I'm saying is that Tony was the one who built the arc reactor.
Okay. You said a couple of egregious things.
I'm
going to touch this one first. I know. I hear you. You said a couple of egregious things, but I'm going to go ahead and touch on this one first.
What was it? Okay.
Now, you said you watched it 3 times a day, so you must have missed the part when Tony elbowed the fucking missile head down, right? And then he pulls up the palladium, and he's like, oh, shit, what's that? And then he tells him, I got like a couple of grams of that shit. You know what I mean? I need a couple more to make this shit happen.
So what you go down the other shit?
He said, go break down the other. That right there is helping with the arc reactor, yes or no?
Why don't you?
He went to touch the palladium. He took the palladium.
Okay.
So is that not? Is that not helping with the arc reactor, yes or no?
That is helping with the arc reactor. I'll give you that. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay. That's fine.
All right. You're feeling pretty good so far. Feeling pretty good, audience.
Okay. So let me ask you this then.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this then.
I get 1 box of scraps so far. Okay.
Can I ask you this?
Mm-hmm.
If he knew about it,
mm-hmm.
Why did he have to ask?
He didn't. Okay.
And then
okay. I think it's one of 2 things. But go ahead. Keep going.
Oh no. Because my other argument is that
you're talking. Hold on, real quick. You're talking about the palladium, correct?
I'm talking specifically about his involvement in the arc reactor.
Okay.
Because that's the thing. He didn't know what an arc reactor was.
Right. But did anybody?
Right. Exactly. That is my whole point. Yinsen played a big role, but I don't think that Tony needed Yinsen to build the Iron Man suit out of a box of scraps.
I don't think Tony needed him to do that.
No, I don't think. I think if Tony hadn't been hit by his own shrapnel,
but he did.
Like if he but I'm just saying we're talking about hypotheticals here right now.
Now we are okay. Now we're talking about. I was gonna say, let's keep it all the same now. All right, don't change it up.
No, we're keeping it the same because I'm talking about Yinsen's specific involvement in the arc reactor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If Tony hadn't gotten hurt,
okay,
for the sake of the story, like let's just say they just ambushed the Humvee, and sniped out the drivers, and just took him, just dragged him out and took him.
Got you. Kidnapped him like they do, like journalists.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, treat him like any other American.
Right. Which also is a plot hole because it inspires him to build the arc reactor because he's got to keep the shit out of his chest. But however, let's just say he decides to build. Let's just say for the sake of argument, he's other than being held captive, he is healthy. You know what I mean? He doesn't have shrapnel going through his body.
So he's building this. You think he could have built it for strictly survival reasons? I mean, that's really what the purpose was anyway. It was to survive.
What I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that had Tony never gotten hurt and he was just captured, and he thought and he said, you know what, I'm not building you this, I'm not building you that, and they start to torture him. And then he decides, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. So he builds a miniature arc reactor out of the Jericho missile to make the Mark I armor to get the fuck up out of there.
Gotcha.
Do you think that he would need Yinsen there by his side to do all of those things?
If he wasn't injured.
Gotten hurt. Right, if he wasn't injured.
Because he only had a week to build it. Because remember when they came in, he saw him doing other shit.
Okay, I'll give you that. But I'm talking. Okay, I'll give you that.
So he needs manpower to build that shit. Like
he needs the manpower to build it. But
he don't need the genius.
If it was just us, like if it was you and I locked in that.
But we're not MIT or Cambridge graduates.
No, but we're smart enough that if he laid out something and he was like, hey, solder that to that.
Oh yeah.
Together with that, us two could probably figure it out.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? Yeah. With a box of scraps, we could do anything.
Right.
If you get with the right instructions included.
The right instructions.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, I've been known to fuck a couple IKEA products up, but those aren't, they are nothing like the blueprints of the Iron Man suit. You know what I'm saying?
No, but if we had Tony Stark, if you had Tony Stark standing next to you building IKEA shit, I bet you it wouldn't go wrong.
It's called Mark I, right? The first one? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the Mark I. So
if we had a little blueprints of Mark I, I think I can make something happen.
Like, here, you need to connect this to this and put this to this.
I don't know about a connect, but a connect. Yes. Yeah,
right. Yeah. Now you just need to type these buttons. Because remember, when he gets strapped in the suit, he's even telling Yinsen what buttons to push at.
This is very true. So he's helping him run the software, the program.
You know what I mean? So
this is why, you're just leading me into the second part. Oh my God. I'm going to write it down.
But this is the problem, because every time this happens in sports too. This happens all the time in sports. When somebody gets their flowers, somebody else always seems to be dissed in the conversation.
Okay, that's a good point. I'll give you that.
And I feel like that's happening. Like, I'm not trying to discredit Yinsen. I'm not trying to say he's a dumbass who was just along for the ride.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I don't think, other than him getting hurt, I don't know if Tony needed Yinsen. Now, the flip side to that argument is that the comic book Earth 616, Yinsen does help him design and build the Mark I in the comics.
Oh, okay.
I will give credit where credit is due. That in the comics, he does help Tony Stark design and build Mark I, including the arc reactor. I think that powers it.
Real quick then. So moving forward, hold on. Moving forward, are we combining the comic book and MCU versions of Yinsen into one Yinsen, or are we separating the two? Because I need to know.
I think they're separated because
this is our argument. Are you separating the two right now, or are we keeping one? Are we making one Yinsen?
I'm keeping the two separate. I just wanted to put that argument out there.
All right, that's nice of you. Well, that's very nice of you.
I wanted to acknowledge that I am aware of that situation, and I am acknowledging that. But I'm separating
the MCU and the comic books. Okay.
Right. Because they are separate universes, inspired by each other, but separate.
Okay.
So I take that into consideration. I did when forming my arguments.
All right. Okay.
However, the only reason I keep them separate is because they hold the same name. They hold the same intellectual genius about them. But they're almost two different characters. Like Dr. Ho Yinsen in the comics is Asian.
Yes.
And it doesn't happen in Afghanistan. It happens somewhere over in like Asia, I think.
Yeah.
Is where Stark is captured.
Do you think they should have kept that?
That true?
No. It doesn't matter to you?
I think it was no, and I think they kind of went that route because if you think about it, 2008, that's a little bit more like we're still war on terror.
Yeah. Great point. That's a really good point.
We're not even 10 years removed from 9/11 when Iron Man comes out.
They are kind of making it around that time, right? Like, like even in the movie timeline, it is around like 2008, 2000, like it's in the 2000s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it would make more sense that it would be kind of a Middle Eastern based rather than an Asian based conflict.
Yeah.
So I kind of that's the way that I look at it is that they had to take the name and kind of the intellect, but they kind of had to put their own spin on it. And for a reason, this Yinsen, for better or for worse, and even at fault, maybe, because I was thinking about it when we were forming these arguments and I went back and watched the tape. And I was like, I mean, Stark even holds out on him. Like, he doesn't even tell him what the fuck's going on until it's time to know what the fuck's going on. So,
But he did that, but we know why he did that, right? Can we assume it's because he didn't know who to trust?
Exactly.
Hold that shit close to your heart, because, you know what I'm saying? You don't know these niggas be snakes.
Right, exactly. Right. Okay. However, and I'll concede.
Okay.
If he had told him from the jump what he was doing, I bet you Yinsen probably could have helped more than just breaking down 1.16 grams of palladium.
Need at least 1.6, so why don't you go break down the other 11?
You feel me?
I fucking you make it seem so insignificant when you go 1.6.
Need at least 1.6.
Because that's all he needed. That's all they needed left.
No, but still, you didn't have to add that. You didn't have to add the amount. You could have just said he helped him break down the rest to get the rest of the palladium. That's all you had to say. You didn't have to throw that small ass amount in there, bruh. You petty.
They didn't have to throw that small ass amount.
You know why you petty?
Need at least 1.6, so why don't you go break down the other 11?
You light skin. That's why you petty.
No, I'm just petty because I'm petty.
You're Drake. I mean, as much as you don't want to
disrespect Drake, dude. Don't disrespect Drake.
Oh, that's
so mean to him. That's so mean to him.
You are in a good mood today.
Don't disrespect that man. But anyway,
okay, yeah.
All I'm saying is that they didn't have to say that in Iron Man. He's like, this is 0.111 whatever. We still need 0.116. So why don't you go break the rest of it down? Like, he treated him like sunned him. He's like, go break the rest of it down. I was like, God damn. All right. Okay.
He didn't say it in that tone.
That's palladium, 0.15 grams. You need at least 1.6, so why don't you go break down the other 11?
Yes, he did. He said, why don't you go break down the rest?
Yeah. So why don't you go break down the rest?
So why don't you go break down the other 11?
But that's Tony. Tony talks like that to everybody, bro. That's not a good. I won't give you that. You don't get a box of scrap point for that. Sorry.
Oh, really?
No, that's irrelevant because he does that to everybody, bro. Like, we see it later on. Obviously, we don't see it right there.
Okay, once again, see, you're not listening.
Go ahead.
I brought that up. I said that's part of. If Tony hadn't have kept it close to the chest and just told him to go break down the palladium, he probably could have helped with the overall thing.
Right. No, that's your other point. Yeah, that was your other point. But by going further into it, you're doing that thing.
I'm not doing anything.
You're making him seem like he's less than Tony. Yeah. You do that
because
you're doing that.
Oh, intellectually, there's nothing wrong.
That's my next point.
This guy in the room.
That's my next point.
There's nothing wrong with that.
All right, cool. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. I am not the smartest guy in the room. I'm probably not the second or third or fourth, fifth smartest guy in the room.
Hey, neither is your boy. Neither is your boy.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
No, definitely not. You know, we got good hearts. You know?
Yeah.
We care. But okay. Tony graduated from MIT. At 17, right?
At like 17, yeah.
All good, all good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. He came from a rich family. All good.
Yep.
No, I'm just saying that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We know.
All right. Now, Yinsen.
Dad was also a genius.
Graduated from where?
Cambridge.
That's right. That's right. What is Cambridge Schools known for?
I have no idea. I just looked up he graduated from Cambridge.
Science, engineering, and mathematics.
Yeah, but I think MIT
whatever.
before I think of Cambridge.
That's cute. I like that you said that. However, they have a partnership. So they're very close with curriculums.
Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan had a partnership.
What the fuck does that even mean? What are you saying?
James had a partnership. That doesn't mean that they're on the same level.
Okay. But if you're educated, if you're getting the education of the same, then how is it not on equal levels? I guess is my question. If the education is one and the same, I guess you would have to go like, who's the better school? I guess.
Right. It's like those Ivy Leagues, like Harvard.
I don't know what you would. Right.
It's
but
like
he still went to an Ivy League.
Right. Okay.
But he's a renowned renowned physicist and engineer. Engineer.
He's a renowned physician, whatever the fuck they're called, physician. Whatever. He's a renowned, physician.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also an engineer. But he's more so known for his surgical prowess than he is his technical engineering.
Isn't he a physicist?
No, physician. That's the word, physician. He won the Nobel Prize
for physics.
Right, for engineering. But he's Dr. Yinsen in the MCU, the way that I was reading about him before we were going through this. It sounds like he's more so renowned for being a surgeon than he is being an engineer. Which is why the 10 Rings kidnapped him in the first place. If they had kidnapped him for his engineering technical prowess, they probably wouldn't have needed Stark to build the Jericho missile. They kidnapped Yinsen because he was a surgeon, and they tasked him to keep Tony alive.
Okay, but is this?
That's it. But I'm not taking away from his like.
Hold on, is that the MCU?
Yeah, in the MCU. Yeah, the MCU Yinsen is more so.
But wasn't he there before him?
They captured him
before they
captured him.
Got Tony.
But capturing Tony, but remember, capturing Tony Stark was put in by Obadiah Stane. However, so
it took some time probably to get that shit going.
It could have been Obadiah who actually outsourced Yinsen and said, capture this guy. We need him because
that's deeper.
Couple months down the road, you guys are going to take Stark, and if something happens to him, we're going to need somebody to keep him alive. So they picked out Yinsen out of the group because he's more known for his surgical prowess.
Do they say that in the movie though? I don't remember hearing them say that.
It's not stated out loud, but he says it to Tony in some fashion. He says, "I've been tasked with keeping you alive."
Okay.
So it's not like touched upon or elaborated upon. Yeah, Yinsen says that.
Maybe because Tony put that on him, bestowed that role to him.
No, because remember he gets hit by the bomb, and then he's got all that shrapnel going to his chest.
So it's like a last minute thing that he tells him, like, "Hey, I've been
when he wakes
keeping you alive, so that's why I'm going to go do what I got to do."
Because when he wakes up and he's got the car battery, he's like, "What the hell did you do to me?"
Yeah,
and he tells him, throws him the shrapnel, and he's like, "I've been tasked with keeping you alive."
Oh, you don't think that was the order from the leader?
Right, that was.
Ooh, which brings me to another point. Check it out.
Because do you think they would have just grabbed you and me off the street, like some idiot off the street, and been like, "Here, keep him alive"? No, because that wouldn't have helped anybody.
No, I feel you.
I think they outsourced Yinsen because he's more so known for his surgical prowess.
Okay, I understand. All right, listen. How about this?
Mm-hmm.
I picked this little ditty up. I wonder if this is true. So remember when he came in there talking about the guy, the leader, came in, the baldhead dude, came in there talking about Genghis Khan used arrows.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about taking down empires or building an empire.
And he wants the Jericho missile.
Right. So he can. Do you think? And he said Genghis. He said that's what
10 rings. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. right? Right? We're talking about Wenwu, right? That's what I was going to say.
Missiles for getting Wenwu got the 10 rings.
Right, you want to take out Wenwu with a Jericho missile, my guy?
Fuck out of here.
What? So
my man lost his place. Okay, my bad. We got off track. Go ahead.
I think when he references Genghis Khan, he's talking about Wenwu, because I think in Shang-Chi they referenced him as he went by many names, and one of them was Khan.
He definitely was Genghis Khan.
Do you think he was Genghis Khan in the MCU?
I think he's MCU's Genghis Khan.
I like those little touches like that. That's cool.
Maybe not as savage, but
no, Genghis Khan. Yeah. And we're not celebrating, but Genghis Khan. No, by the way, I just want to make that clear. I just like when they attach history to movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, definitely. And
but not how Disney usually tells it, where it's all fake and shit. Man, I had a girlfriend back in high school, and she was like, we weren't allowed to watch Disney movies because of the way they depicted the way certain things happened, like in the culture. So like something about like when, so like in A Whole New World, remember when they were on the fucking magic carpet ride? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And then like they crash into the nose, and then the nose falls off.
Yeah.
Like that's a cute way of showing like what really, like a cute way of showing history, but real shit, like it was worse than that or something. Like it had a different meaning.
Yeah, they like
more egregious meaning. Yeah. So I remember that shit. I always think of that now when I watch Disney. I was like, she ruined it for me. Ruined it Disney for me.
Right.
My little childhood memories, dude. Man, women just don't want to see you happy. But that's another topic for another day.
For a whole nother day.
For a whole nother day.
A whole different.
But I think I just when it comes to engineering, I think they're on the same level. I just do. I don't think so. They're on the same level.
I can't.
Now, does he know about arc reactors and all that shit? Nah. But if you gave him like a month or two, I bet he'd understand it, because he's mad intelligent. Again,
okay,
Marvel Wiki lists him as one of the smartest people on Earth.
Mm-hmm. But they also list Shuri smarter than Tony Stark. So are you going to put Yinsen up there with Shuri?
No,
or up there like, because like that's my thing. Like I think it's probably Shuri, Stark, Yinsen, Banner.
We're forgetting Doctor Doom. We cannot do that. And
Doctor Strange.
No, Doctor Doom.
Well, once they introduce them into the MCU, yeah, I will.
Oh, we're talking MCU current. Oh, you're talking about just MCU.
Yep. I'm talking about current, what we've seen right now.
All right,
in a vacuum.
Banner.
Yeah,
we got Hank Pym.
Mm-hmm.
We got.
I think Banner's a little bit smarter than Pym.
Okay,
but that's
is this the next top 5 that we do?
It could be.
Who's the top 5?
Our top 5. In the MCU, yeah. I mean, in the MCU,
you're probably wrong.
Because, like, I don't know, man. I think Yinsen is like top 3 smart, but
Yinsen is definitely. Listen, bro.
Yinsen is top 3. But do we really think?
And I get what you're saying. We should be able to celebrate one without taking down another. I totally understand that. I totally get that. I get that, and I agree with you. But it's just wild to be like, to just say he ain't smarter than Tony.
I didn't say he wasn't.
Hold on, let me finish. How he's not as smart as Tony. Like, how do you know? We don't know, but we don't know that. How do we know? It's never been, other than this uranium or this arc reactor palladium shit. Yeah, other than the palladium shit, how do we really know?
Because it's pretty much been widely known throughout the MCU that Tony Stark is the smartest human being in the MCU, and then they had Shuri come along. Like it's been widely known. So there's nothing wrong. I'm sure that Yinsen, when it comes to surgical prowess, has a higher IQ than Tony. If you put him 1-on-1 in surgery, Tony probably be like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Hey,
well, absolutely, because he needs the robot. He needs the robot and Pepper to help, and he's the reason. And he put the arc reactor in Tony.
Right. So he needs that. But are we going to say that?
I changed the argument. I'm changing the argument right now. You ready?
What's the argument now?
Yinsen's the greatest Marvel character there is.
You think so? I think he makes the greatest sacrifice.
He's the most important.
Absolutely.
Most
now,
important.
are we talking greatest as far as like most entertaining, or are we talking about most important?
Yeah, Yinsen is funny. You saw that scene where he said
he's funny.
That one funny thing. He didn't say anything. Okay.
Can't do it.
I don't think the man said one thing funny, especially when he's talking about his family being blown
that shit up. Was.
Jeez,
yeah. Yeah.
Listen, bro.
So okay, can I pose this question?
Final argument.
Can I pose this question to you before we get our final argument? And maybe this might lead into your final argument.
Maybe, and probably not.
It might. Can we? No. What would you tip the scale towards more? Like if you had 12 bricks and you had to put 5 in one weight and 7 in the other. We'll say 11. You had to put 5 in one and 6 in the other.
Okay.
Just to outweigh it just a little bit.
It's close, but
it's close, but it's not. Do we think that Yinsen's character was created when they were writing the character taken from the comics? Do we think his character was written more so to be there to help Tony build an arc reactor and build an Iron Man suit?
Hold on.
Or
all right, go ahead. What were you saying?
What I say was, okay, so for Yinsen, you good. So for Yinsen, would we say like we're sitting down in the writer's room?
Mm-hmm.
Are we writing Yinsen's character more so to be a technical engineer alongside Tony Stark that builds an arc reactor in the Mark I? Or is he more so the character who brings the humanity out of Tony Stark and makes Tony realize those self-sacrifices that need to be made, which enables him to make the sacrifice in Avengers 1 when he thinks he's going to go a new.
I see what you're doing, you little crafty little motherfucker. You. I see what you're doing.
I'm just asking. No. I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Dirty for that.
So I'm not dirty. It's a question. It's
because they're two pivotal things that he gives. Those are two pivotal things that he does for the MCU. He makes Tony realize his legacy, like what his legacy will be, which is very important to Tony. Very ego. He's very egotistical.
Right.
Or is it important that he had the steady hands and he poured the fucking arc reactor thing in there and he broke down the missiles to get the palladium? You're making like, you are an ass.
I'm not doing anything.
Which one's more important? They're both important. Oh my god,
they are. But I'm saying when you went in there, you thought as soon as you watched it. So you think Yinsen was more so a character as like a buddy comedy, we're on equal levels. I think Yinsen's character is more so an emotional character than he is a technical character. Because he keeps Tony alive. He makes Tony realize his humanity. And Tony's heroics are realizing what he has to do and building nothing, kill your sound here, out of a box of scraps.
With a box of scraps!
Did it work? I didn't hear it.
I heard it.
You did? All right, cool.
Oh, loud and clear.
Yeah. You know what, dude? Honestly don't even want to play this game with you anymore. You are.
I'm just asking the question. Because I want to, because that's my whole point.
I bet your lady loves having conversations with you, dude. Oh, dude. I bet she loves talking to you. You are a word ninja. You're a word ninja. You try to because it's the way you say things, dude. You know damn well that both of those things are equally important. You know that. What's okay? So
I'll give you 55.
What's more important? Oh my god!
I'll give you 55-45. Because again, dude, okay, if we were just gonna make Tony out to be an asshole, you don't have to threaten his life, like with the shrapnel and shit in his chest. And I think he could have built the Mark I on his own. Is it that hard to think about? Like,
no,
is
it's
it
not.
that hard
No,
to
absolutely not.
to that?
It's absolutely not. But that's not. That's not what we're dealing with, though.
I have conceded to every single one of your points because I agree with them. Other than,
but I give you that. I give you that he could have, but the fact remains that is not how it was written.
No, it wasn't. That's
so
why I'm just making the argument.
I like the argument. I like it a lot. But by doing that, you change the significance of I forgot.
No, because again, like I said in the beginning, Yinsen, I'm not trying to take away from him by giving Tony a little bit more. That's not what I'm trying to do.
I know,
and
but
it always sounds like it does.
In this case, it does. It does take away from him.
Well, I know
because you're basically writing him off. Like, what is he there for other than the emotional and the not emotional support, but the just the support, like the supportive guy in the corner, your cheerleader. If he's not,
that's why you write. But that's why you write other characters. I don't think he's a cheerleader. Like you said,
in your scenario, in your scenario,
the point that him breaking down the Palladium.
Hold on. I'm talking about your series.
Hold on, your mic's cutting in and out. Hold on.
That's what. Okay. That's got to be. I was like, because.
Is that you or me?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's cutting in and out.
It looks like it's reading well. Let me try something. Hold on. Oh, this is gonna fuck it up. No, I don't want to do that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right.
It might be me. No, it's not me. Huh? I don't know. Your mic was just like cutting in and out, but now I've also lost your video feed. So
you lost my video feed just now?
Mm-hmm. It all went out.
Okay, let's try to wrap this up thing before it all fucking kapoots on us, dude. This is stupid. All right, listen. I'm not saying I like your point. But again, and I'm not saying, but in your what if. In your what if, with the watcher looking over and everything, you're saying by what you're saying is essentially eliminating the technical part that Yemen's. Oh my God, Yemen!
Wow, bro, you are
Yasmin.
Yinsen.
Jeez, I don't know how I forgot within this conversation. I might be on a rocket ship. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's all the names are starting. All the names are starting to flow. All right, Yinsen, my bad. And I love him. All right, I should know him. Okay, here we go. By what you're saying, essentially eliminates Yinsen's character on the technical standpoint, because then and you don't change any of his lines besides a couple, and he still delivers that speech to Tony about him, like, "Hey, this is your legacy, bro. Like, what are you gonna do?" You're essentially dwindling him down to a supporting character, a cheerleader. In my point, a cheerleader at that time.
Okay.
In your what if, but again, the way it's written, he does both.
Again, because in my what if, Yinsen doesn't exist at all. What I'm saying in my what if, so you got my what if wrong, and I'm saying in my what if is
Yinsen's not even there.
Yinsen's not there at all. Like, Tony doesn't get hit by a bomb. They don't need Yinsen.
Okay, so then so then what? He just throws a couple of the security guards in there with Tony to help him build it, and then Tony gives them orders. Like, because he needs the manpower. We both agreed on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then, what if they just give him a couple of soldiers? Here, put this together. Put this together.
I feel like I just gave you that. Okay, fine. Yeah, but then there's no Yinsen.
Because again, like we said earlier, like we touched on earlier, as long as we have the smartest guy in the room, you and I could put some shit together if we were properly instructed. Especially given the fact that they were in a cave for months. This wasn't like a week. This was months. They spent months in the cave together. So like that's what I'm saying. If you and I spent months in a cave with Tony together,
wait, who spent months?
Huh?
Who spent months?
Tony and Yinsen. Like, they were gone for months. It wasn't just like a week.
Okay. Maybe, yeah. All right. I guess the time is confusing because he does say Tony Stark built this in a cave in a week.
So they were in. No, he just said Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
He says
so
in a
according
week,
to this,
doesn't he?
No, he just says Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. So Tony Stark was in captivity for 3 months. So 90 days he got with the man. If you and I, or even a couple other idiots, had 90 days to hang out with Tony Stark, we might learn a thing or two. We might be able to figure out how to solder something.
Yeah, maybe.
We might get talked down to real fucking hard.
Yeah.
But it's,
hold on.
Like we could
absolutely
figure it out.
Dude.
I'm absolutely sure.
That's what he says.
Mm-hmm. He just turns on.
Make it smaller.
Okay, sir, that's what we're trying to do, but honestly, it's impossible.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Damn, he didn't say a week. I thought he said a week. I do that often. I just add extra shit. I'm very verbose. I'm a verbose person.
It was 90 days. So you got 90 days with the guy.
Okay.
So like in my
so
way,
you're saying put two minions in there.
If they don't snag Yinsen.
Yeah. They grow up 2 minions. They can learn how to solder some shit and hold
in
some
90
shit
days.
steady in 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, hold on now. In that what if, how would Tony get away with the blueprint of him building an actual? Because
they might kidnap somebody else. Like, what if they just kidnap a couple of people out of, and they say, "Do this, or we're going to kill your family." Like, you're going to help him, or we're going to kill your family. And they're like, "Oh, okay." And so he's like, "Hey, I got a way out of here."
See, we're changing it. All right. Okay.
I'm not changing it. He could do it. All you need is manpower, right?
Right. But he wouldn't. So then he wouldn't put his own guards in there because then they wouldn't be able to build. Tony wouldn't be able to build a suit with the guards. There's no way. Because they'd be like, "This ain't what the fuck you're supposed to be building, bro." They're not stupid. They could clearly see what he is and what he isn't building because they actually show that because they look through those cameras and they'd be looking like, "Yeah, that motherfucker ain't looking like he doing what he's supposed to be doing in there."
Right. Because what I'm saying is,
and then he realizes it's too late.
He might be fucked. Like if Yinsen wasn't there, yeah, sure, the Iron Man armor doesn't get made. Like I said, that sacrifice doesn't happen. But what I'm saying is that if you threw him in there with a couple of idiots who had no idea what the fuck they were doing, and the 10 Rings was like, "You're gonna help him build a Jericho missile, or we're gonna fucking kill your family right in front of you." They've already killed one just to kill a point.
Okay.
And so now you're in there just like, "Oh, motherfucker."
No,
and Tony's like, hey, I got a way out of here. And you're like, "Oh, okay.
I feel you.
What do we do?
But again,
but they needed Yinsen to keep him alive.
Okay.
And I don't think anybody but Yinsen could help him realize his humanity, because Yinsen at heart was a good person who had lost.
He's a great person. Great person.
Who had lost his family, and he realized that, hey, I lost my family. What's my legacy going to be now?
Mm-hmm. He even quotes Yinsen, I think, in his speech about. Yeah.
I feel like he's more so there for the emotional aspect than the technical aspect. Now, while he's got technical prowess,
and that's your argument.
That's my argument, is that he's more so there for.
And I think he's significant for both.
And that's where we. That's the beauty of the conversation.
That is the beauty of the conversation.
And that's why I love this shit, bro.
Because we do not have to agree about that.
No, we don't.
Because you're so wrong, buddy.
I don't think I'm wrong. Because what happens if you think Yinsen is a selfish person? If they write him like a Tony Stark, because he's that smart. He's that smart, and he's like, I could do all this shit all on my fucking own, and he's that smart. And him and Tony just knuckle crash. They just clash all day long, and Yinsen doesn't make that sacrifice, and then they both die, or something even worse happens, or you know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta have that. I think that's why they had him in there, is to kind of, because I mean, you look at Tony in that first like 5 minutes or so, like the first opening scene, he does a really good job of establishing that he is a fucking prick.
Yeah, he does. He does. He really does. It's enjoyable to watch too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, it's so enjoyable. So I don't think you could have
no gang
two
signs.
genius pricks.
I'm just kidding.
Huh? I don't want to see this on your
signs.
MySpace.
No gang signs. No gang signs, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Peace, right?
I'd be out of job without peace. Like,
yeah.
What an ass.
Such a dig, bro. God, I love Tony. Anybody could have played RDG. Are you fucked? Anybody could have played Tony? Are you out of your motherfucking mind, Star Tribune? I want it with you, Star. For real. Star Tribune. I still want it with you, bro.
Was that the Star Tribune? I don't think that was the Star Tribune.
Who said it? Who the fuck said it? Who said it?
Well, we got to look at it again. I'll look at it later.
I thought it was the Star Tribune.
No, that was it's the Star something.
Well, I want it with somebody. Whoever wrote it. That's what I do know. Boom, pow.
Yep.
Bitch.
Yep.
All right. Well, listen. It's been great.
It's been fun. I love these kind of conversations. Again,
I still don't like you. That made me angry.
And you know what's really funny is that you guys really think I'm doing this I'm just taking the other side of the table to take the other side of the table.
And you know what, Duck? Fuck you, buddy.
Oh, Ducky.
Fucking instigating us. Instigating.
He didn't instigate. Bro, he stuck his toe in the door and I kicked it down.
This is true. This is true.
I kicked in the door, guns blazing. But that's what I do.
But I do appreciate you. Thank you for jumping in the comment, bro, because it led us to this, and that was dope. So thank you so much.
That was fun.
For commenting on it. And like that, do the same thing with this video. You already know. Help us. Support us. Giving y'all that comic book shit on a real average level, baby.
Mm-hmm.
High shit, by the way.
What we batting, like 250? Shit.
It's just making it by, bro.
Yep, we're just
making it. We just
take big swings when we can, and hopefully we hit one out of the park.
It's facts, man. All right, so we will be back since we did this debate one. Our next one again is going to be Venom. This one was kind of spur of the moment, so if you guys like it, let us know. Because this is something that we feel like we want to do more. So it'd be great to get some feedback from you guys. Let us know what's going on down there in the comments, and we will see y'all back because I got a tea time, so I gotta get.
Oh shit.
I gotta hustle. You can see that's why I'm dressed like a fucking coach. Gym coach.
Bro, with that headset on, you do look like a high school coach.
I look like I'm about to do an interview. All right. We'll see y'all later, man. This has been another one. It's been another one.
XYZ, I got B. 22 left, ZX on 4.
I think half the time they don't even really be saying shit. I feel like it's a lot quicker than that. They're just like, you know what the fuck to do. Don't get that done.
Hey, fuck you. Hey, by the way, that dinner we had the other night, that shit was fantastic. That was great. Go ahead and run play number 3 on the card sheet, and also go fuck yourself for not going for it on 4th and short there, buddy.
Your wife DM me, by the way. Go ahead and run split I. Line up in the I formation and run a HB dive. And that is my knowledge of Madden and all their plays. I don't know any other football plays, but besides halfback dive. Yeah, and counter.
I know.
Is it called counter strike?
I know HB dive, and I know corner strike.
It's called
corner strike.
Counter strike. That's a
well, I know HB. I know HB dive.
Yes,
curl
sir.
Flats and corner strike,
there
and then
go.
I'm out of there.
That's all you need. Oh,
Z post.
Don't sleep on the Z post.
The Z post
and the 4 verts too. Whenever you're like down and out, you know what I'm saying? You had Randy Moss with a little Dante Culpepper back in the day. Ooh. Sheesh.
Thank you, Dennis Green. Thank you, Dennis Green.
Can you hear that? She made another one the other day, dude. And just for that, on you motherfuckers, one more time.
With a box of scrap!
The fuck? Love y'all, man. We're out. Peace.
Oh, shit. Peace.